to quote Senator Milo Defensor Santiago, who feels that the state can still run after
assets. All right, okay, that's fair. All right, Brandon Elicero asks, can an independent audit organization be considered in looking into the AFP funds? We don't trust COA anymore unless all of them are like Heidi Mendoza. This is so sad. When you have people not trusting the agency.
That will be a violation of the constitutional mandate of COA. If it will be a private organization, that may not be acceptable because the COA is the official body.
Now, what have you learned in terms of when it comes to the COA? Like, for example, you have Divina Cabrera, who testified in the Senate, who was the COA auditor for 13 years.
Yeah, that's very curious.
I mean, give me a break. If everybody around her is stealing, you're there 13 years. I always said corruption in government is a team effort. If, you know, you're saying, I'll cover up for you if I get something here. Because what would be the point, right?
I would rather believe Rabusa's testimony that the resident auditor were getting first 1% and later 2%.
Exactly.
I would rather believe.
Now, do you think there should be a rotation? What kind of policy would you suggest?
Definitely. There should be a rotation because we don't want a fraternal relationship between the auditor and the agency being audited. You know, when you stay 13 years, that's more than a fraternal relationship. Sobra ng bonding ang mangyayari.
Sobrang bonding. Now, do you think that, I mean, I've advocated this for a long period of time. I personally think that people in government should get a higher salary. That's me. It's a personal thought. Because I feel if people get better salaries, then I don't know if temptation will be less, but at least there's more dignity into their work. When you have somebody like a general getting 40,000 a month, you have no recourse but to steal.
Hindi naman siguro. We cannot make the solution. It also depends on the position.
Because tuition alone, how would you send someone to school if you have 3-4 kids with 40,000 a month?
Well, of course, the problem in the military, not just in the military, the entire government, is that, you know, when you make a certain adjustment, even a 5%, 10% adjustment, you're looking at a multi-billion peso impact on the entire budget. Kaya nga, itong issue na ito, yung issue, for example, of converting the PS, the personal services budget of the AFP, amounting to 20% with amount of about 8.8 billion pesos, medyo masakit sa mga sundalo ito. Talagang it hit them in the breadbasket. Talagang solar plexus ang effect nito because most of the soldiers, in fact all of the soldiers are clamoring for higher allowances. And the usual response is, sorry, wala tayong pondo eh. A lot of division commanders, brigade commanders are asking for additional men. I need one company, isang company lang, okay na tayo dito. Sorry, wala tayong funds available dahil limitado ang personal service budget natin. Tapos lumalabas pala na ginagamit palang cushion itong 20% for other purposes. Yung talagang masakit ang tama. That's why we really have to pursue this. And even after our committee closed, there's still, by the way, the Committee on National Defense under Senator Biason is already pursuing the aspect of irregularities in the handling of the AFP function.
Okay. All right, we'll go to my Twitter. Nick Cabigas is asking you what's needed to overhaul and cleanse the COA of corruption.
Well, it's up to the leadership of COA right now because all the things that we talked about happened in the past. So the new leadership, Chairman Villar, although I think he's going to retire very soon, and the new chairman
they should
look at this, examine all the books, examine all the testimonies of
Heidi. So Villar is retiring soon.
I think he's going to retire.
They should put Heidi Mendoza as head of COA. That's what they should do. All right.
That's going to scare a lot of people.
Yeah. Moy is asking, you think the investigations of Upper House will prosper? Puro lang kayo investigasyon.
Nagpo-prosper man. Look what happened sa ano namin, no? Committee on National Defense namin in 2004. What's the result? Garcia was locked up in jail and we thought he was just awaiting conviction for plunder. But of course, another agency took over that came for us. Ito, sigurado ito, no? Like the Rabusa testimony that was made in the Senate, it's now being reviewed by the Department of Justice, and I'm very sure that with Laila de Lima there, a plunder case can be filed against a lot of people.
Okay, all right. We don't have enough time, but sir, your last words. I think what I get from this is this, no? The House Committee on Justice seems to be more focused on what it wants. It's clear that you want the plea bargaining withdrawn.
That's right.
You want a
We
case.
already made our position very clear.
All right.
We want it withdrawn.
Okay, so now tell us, what has been the fruit of the House Committee hearing,
Well,
so that the people can expect it?
The biggest fruit is if the Ombudsman would finally withdraw as a result of our position and a result of public clamor.
Yeah.
The second is we're now coming out with an amendment to the plunder law
Okay.
that would prohibit a plea bargaining agreement. Just
Okay.
like in the comprehensive illegal drugs law, if you have a illegal drug case against you, you cannot plea bargain. That is prohibited.
Now, the good thing about that amendment is before you charge someone of plunder, you need to make sure you have the goods.
That's right.
Para makulong. Kasi with that amendment, ang mangyayari, pwedeng makawala pa.
So no plea bargain, plus andun na yung non-bailable. So that should make it easier for the government to prosecute the people for plunder.
All right. Okay, well, that's a good amendment, and hopefully the Ombudsman does withdraw coming from the House Committee on Justice recommendation. Congressman Golez, thank you. Good luck to you, sir.
Thank you.
But before we go, and I want to share the good news with you also, Congressman Golez, Ascal's won. You're familiar?
Yes, of
Were you
course.
into football last night? No, you didn't get to watch it.
No.
But you have Senator Kiko Pangilinan now on Twitter saying, go Ascals. So, Ascals won, which is the Philippine football team, the first game against Mongolia, and they'll be having 2 games. So watch this report about how Ascals won last night.